said, baby, I didn't think I was gonna be coming back. Not already, but we got some stuff to get into. Oh, God, my nerve. But we got some stuff to get into. Now, first up, we got to get into the one and only Miss Mariah Carey. So Mariah ended up doing a sit down with Gayle King, and she talked about she got a new album coming out and everything. And so Gayle King started asking some questions, about what Anthony Parker. I think it's Anthony Parker. Yeah, Anthony P. Parker. Yeah, start asking questions about that situation with because they didn't collab on. She got a new single coming out with him and everything, and they doing the video and stuff, and she getting everybody prepared for it. It's all on social media and stuff. And I said, can't wait for it. I said the album come out this week. I want to say this Friday. Yeah, so I said, can't wait. Gonna have it. And so she's asking her a few questions like, "What's going on there? What's the tea, girl? You don't gotta tell me a lot, but if you don't want to, she, said, what about because he be holding hands? Like, yeah, he like to hold hands. He in the hands club. That's it, Mariah. Like, yeah, he's in the hand club. That's what he like to do. He like to hold hands. Yeah, he just like to hold my hand. You know, it's, he just like to hold my hand. When Christmas time, she yeah, she ain't the one. Did you have a good time? She went, oh, he had a good time. She went, oh, he had a great time. Did you have a good time? Yes, I had a good time. Was there was a hot tub. That's it, girl. She a little hush hush on her if there's something going on, baby. And it's Mariah. I said she looked happy and stuff. Talked about the kids being 14 and stuff. Asked about how is co-parenting going, and I love the way she answered it. And she said, they said asked her how co-parenting going with Nick and stuff. She went, well, I actually just don't talk about any of that because she may not, I don't want to she may not talk bad about him. It's nothing against him. I just don't talk about it. You know, we keep it as it is. I say, I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. We ain't got to talk about nothing. She, the co-parenting is going how it's going. It's going good. She, and I like the way she answered it because she didn't talk about nothing. She didn't bring him up. She didn't badmouth him or anything. You know, she just said, I just don't talk about our co-parenting. And it's nothing against him. And I said, that's the best way to do it. You know, but I said, he can never. I said, all that man do is talk about Nick Cannon. All he do is talk about Mariah. Mariah, 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 Mariah. It's like, baby, you messed up. But that's your problem. Let's move on past that. Tell me how y'all feel about it. But let's move into the next thing that I got up for y'all. This gonna be So let's get into the next, and let's get into Miss JT. So JT, baby, JT is in the studio working on I think a diss track. So she's having in the studio all the way until 5 in the morning. She went live. I said, girl, my mouth is dry. I ain't got no lip gloss. I said, girl, rapping about what? So your flow then actually improved. I said, you gonna actually give us some good bars? Is this track gonna be worth the wait? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that's gonna go. But that's what's going on with JT, and she came to tell us. Let's move on to Tennessee. So at HBCU school actually had like a big commotion that went on because Trump supporters, the makers, showed up, set up them a table so they can have so they can have a debate against the students about some topics, immigration, um, D, what's it, DEI, DEI. They wanted to have a debate with them, with the students, and the students wasn't having it. The students was not on it. They said it got to the point where it got real hectic, and they was feeling themselves getting almost got bomb rushed. And apparently Tennessee came out to make a statement. The school, the university, Tennessee University came out to say that they didn't. They said they didn't do any. They said they didn't authorize that or anything. They said these people just showed up, set up a table, and that was that. And I said that's crazy. Like you didn't go through the protocols. You just can't show up to uh university of any place and just think you won't have a conversation or a protest to get across that you are a Donald Trump supporter and you are mega and you want to have these different debates. Like ain't nobody gonna allow that. And the students didn't. They were on them. So that's what went on there. So let's move on past it. Let's get into Kai Sanat. So him and his crew of friends was on that one show where you be eating the different hot sauce. Yeah. So they were on there, and one of the his friends, um Tyill, I think I'm saying his name right. Tyill. Think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure, but I said he ended up giving his one too and how he felt because they one of their friends asked who was the worst guest on their show, and he went Mariah Carey. Uh-huh. He said because Mariah Carey did when she came on the show to promote her album. I said, "Show did. Show did. What else she was supposed to do? She wasn't supposed to do nothing else but come on there look cute, like the icon she is. You know, answer some questions. She answered questions. She answered whatever question y'all had for her. She answered it. So what are you talking about?" She said she could, when you come on there, you need to play games and stuff like that. She didn't do none of that. She ain't had to. She don't have to do nothing she don't want to do. And that was I said Casanat didn't have a problem with it. The way Casanat was doing everything and stuff that he was supposed to do. Yeah. He wanted her on there. I said he has to do that with every celebrity that comes on there. Or he can go back to his old format where it's just him and his friends. Because I said these celebrities don't have to come on there. They don't need the platform. They really don't. But she came on there and did what she was supposed to do. I said because I said, oh, she may not. She knew who y'all were. She got 14-year-old children. Her son is a gamer, a streamer himself. So she know exactly who y'all are. And she came in, she always have a list of what she's not gonna do, and she didn't want to do it. But she answered questions when y'all asked her. Plain and simple. But y'all can't make nobody come on there and play anything that they don't want to do. And I'm trying to think back. I said when I did see bits and clips of it, I never seen Nikki do a lot on there. I never seen Ice Spice do too much on there. It's like a lot of the female celebrities that come on there don't do a lot. The males may do some of the stuff because you know they that childish. But it's what it is. But I said, all of this, said, I got to keep it real and stuff and how I feel. I ain't going to take it back. That's your opinion. I said, but Mariah going to look at it as nothing else. And if he want her back on his show, I said, she may not do it again. There may be a one-time done deal. Because I said, he got as much publicity that he needed as she did. Plain and simple. But let me know how y'all feel about it. But let's move on past that. Let's get into we got the last thing up, and that's Remy Ma. So Remy Ma actually just released her diss track for Pampoo's girl, Claricita Shields. I said, baby, it's called Head Tap. I said, oh girl. I said, I wasn't feeling it. I said, I ain't feeling it, but you gonna do what you do. And it's like you could have came harder. I said, you really did not have to. It's not your best work. It's just not. It's not Remy's best work. Remy could have came harder than she usually does. Like you came hard on Nikki. I said, if you gonna come hard, girl, you better come hard. And you didn't come as hard as I think you should have. You just did a little 1-2, little 1-2, and it wasn't like Remy. Where the Remy I know. You know, that's just me. That's just me. Let me know how y'all feel about everything. So everything I talk about, that's all that I got for y'all today. It's your boy Paul. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. And I will get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all.